with the Kat Scrappiness design team, and today I'm going to show you how to make some shaped cards using the latest products from Kat Scrappiness. I'm using the outline heart from the lacy layered heart die set. I'm going to cut it out twice, once for the front of the card and once for the back of the card. I now have the two pieces for my card. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my scoreboard and I'm going to score a line on the back of the card. I'm scoring it at half an inch. And then I'm going to take it and fold that on the fold line back and forth a couple of times. Now mine tore a little bit, but it doesn't matter because you're not going to see this on the card. Then I'm going to take my liquid adhesive and put it on the top part of the card above where I scored it so I can attach it to the front part of the card. Now you could use some tape on here. I just chose to use liquid adhesive. So since I use the liquid adhesive, I set it aside for a few minutes to dry. So now you have your card that opens up and closes and looks like a heart-shaped card. For my sentiment, I'm going to use Happy Valentine's Day from the Say It With Hearts stamp set. I'm going to heat emboss it on a strip of 1/2 inch black cardstock, and I use my a powder tool to put powder on there so that the powder only sticks to what I want it to. I'm using Versamark ink to stamp the sentiment onto the black cardstock. Now I am going to cut this apart so it's 3 separate words, so I'm not really caring about the location on the black cardstock of where I stamp it. I'm taking my Hero Arts white embossing powder and adding it onto my sentiment. It's sticking to that Versamark ink because it's a sticky ink. I'm wiping off a couple of places with a paintbrush, a dry paintbrush, to get a couple of the specks of white that I don't want on there. Taking my heating tool, heating that up so it melts the powder into the ink. I'm going to take a dry cloth and just wipe off that powder so that you can't even see that it was there. And off screen, I cut it into 3 different pieces that says Happy Valentine's Day. Now it's time to decorate our card. So I took the outline die of that lacy layered heart die and cut out a piece of black and cut it out in black cardstock. And I'm going to adhere that to the front of my card using some liquid adhesive. And then as you can see, the inner part of the lacy layered heart die, the lacy part, I cut it out in some pink cardstock, and I'm going to place that over the black. I'm going to use my liquid adhesive, put little specks of glue all over the die and around the outside of the die, and then attach it to the front of the card. For my sentiment, I added some foam adhesive squares to each of the pieces of the sentiment and put it on my card. Placed it how I wanted it, took off the backing, and then I used my tweezers to get the placement exactly where I want it on the card. It just makes it easier for me to place it in the correct position that I want it to. That finishes off the card, and now I have a cute heart-shaped card. Now I made another card pretty much the same way, except this time I used the love die from the I Love You shadow dies, and this was a circle card that I created. It gave me the inspiration to make these heart cards. For it, I also used the I Love You shadow die cards. Here are some close-up pictures of the cards I created. I'll have the link down below to all the products I used. Thanks for watching.